is. Yeah.
Men can do what they want to do.
No, because it was a whole big thing with what's his name? The rapper.
Rich Nigga?
No. Ty Dolla $ign.
Oh.
His feet was cute though.
But he apparently that's his style. Like that's how he gets down.
But
like
then they showed how Snoop Dogg had did it.
It's a lot of people that do
It's
it.
definitely a pimp move.
Definitely Young Thug did it.
It's a pimp move to
Young
have
Thug
it.
got hell for it.
It is.
It depends because if you gothic, you can get away with that kind of stuff. Like
Or
if you
just
or
black.
emo.
Well, no, he had like a
green,
bright, like
red
tangerine
tips.
orange on his toes. Ty Dolla
Sometimes
$ign.
you just like it.
Me
You
too.
know, I don't know why, but hey.
So,
Alright, so we're back. Sorry we have been gone so long. So let's
1 week.
I felt like, you know, we have people who look for us and so we just need to make sure we drop a little heat for them. So, since we've been gone for so long, allow for us to reintroduce ourselves.
My name is.
Dang. He was ready for that. Come on.
So your name's what?
I was going, you know,
Ho.
I guess
H-O-V.
I'm Tab.
Focus, free focus, you know something.
Oh.
Make sure they
Well,
can hear
I'm Shaq, and I'm back. Welcome back,
Thank you.
Shaq.
Welcome back. We missed you.
I miss you.
Apparently, child. Say that
Shade?
for another day. I'm Sammy Socialite. Always got the shade for y'all.
So we are Unfiltered. So we're gonna go ahead and get this show started. Let's talk about the NBA Finals. We're in the finals now. How we feel about that game one, first of all, before we just, you know.
What y'all feel? Was anybody surprised that Raptors won game one?
I kind of
I wasn't surprised that they won. I was surprised at how they won. Like, I really wasn't expecting Siakam to go off like that.
Oh yeah,
Like, he literally was scoring buckets after buckets after buckets. Like, crazy buckets, too. Like, not just regular easy shit. Like, he was going off. Like, he had 32 points. Like, that was not expected. And also, Marc Gasol. Marc Gasol is back, y'all. He was in his zone. He played some great defense. Like, hey, KD need to come back because it's not looking too pretty for my boys right now. Because everybody did their part. Steph had 30, Clay had 20, Dre had a triple double, and they still couldn't beat them.
just give it time. It's the first game. I think
It was nasty.
they was, you know, just a little cold, and I think they'll wake up a little bit.
Well, y'all know I don't really watch sports, but I do watch social media. What about Champagne Poppy? He has been showing out.
He is in the game. They say he's an ambassador to the team. So my question is, as an ambassador, is that your role? Is that your job as the ambassador? You're like the definition of a super fan for the team, right? So it's
Well, I feel like he's well within, you know, his rights to be a super fan. I mean, he is from Toronto, and on top of that, this is like, I do know, sports-wise, that this is the first time that they've made it to the finals. So, I mean, that's, to him, coming from there, that's huge. So I feel like outside of being the quote-unquote ambassador, I just feel like he's kind of like a diehard for putting on for his city, which is not something new.
So
Drake is being a lame right now. That's how I feel.
I mean, he trolling a little bit,
but it's normal if you think about
He
it.
can do whatever the fuck he wants, honestly. But wearing the Dell Curry Raptors jersey to fuck with Steph, like that's shady. Like, come on, Drake.
But he's a fan of Steph Curry. He has the Steph Curry tattoo.
I don't know about that.
That is true. Look it up. He has a Steph Curry tattoo, so he has his number on him.
You look it up.
Okay,
and show
I
a
will look.
picture.
I will look it up. I can't look it up now, but I will.
we need to add that in.
Yes, I will make sure. How did you give him this shade?
So look, so on ESPN, it was a big deal and all that. And Stephen A. Smith was talking about it and all that. So they're talking about should the league put a stop to him and his antics and all this stuff. And really, it's like, what are y'all talking about? Yeah, like, besides him being a superstar, pop star, big deal, like.
That's the reason why they want to do it.
But what's any different from?
Because if he was just a regular,
Yeah.
anyday guy, well, everyday guy, it wouldn't have been as big of a deal.
He
So-
pushes the limit a little bit though. With dealing with the coach.
Not really. His own.
With his team's coach,
Yeah, his
I
team's
think,
coach. That's
I
on
think
him.
for them, they
He's
just
not
feel like
disrupting
he's
that
too
team,
involved with. It's the
Yeah.
privilege side of things. He has the money. He has the respect in his culture. His culture. He has the respect in Canada. So with that being said, I just feel like he gets a pass. But for us on this side, we've never had a fan, no matter ambassador or not, who can walk up to the coach, shoulder
yes, we
massage.
have.
Who?
Spike Lee.
Spike Lee has never
Jack
interacted
Nicholson.
with the coaches. Jack Nicholson, they always
Yes, they-
act up
what?
from there. Have they ever been seen messing with the coach?
They probably haven't shown it, but they definitely interacted with those
They would
coaches
have
back
by
in the
now.
day.
They would have put those fouls up if they actually. Please share your thoughts.
because
Samuel,
I
with
feel like
the Henry
there
Branch.
may not be no footage of that because now they're only zooming in on it because everything is way so much more sensitive these days. Like, who cares? Like he's not bothering the other team. Like, if the Raptors coach is not putting in a foul for be like, yo, ban Drake from the sidelines because he's interrupting my coaching abilities.
I mean, look at the
then what's
loser.
problem?
Nick Nurse is a loser, so I mean, it's not like he's bothered by loser Drake. They probably he probably grew up watching Degrassi and shit.
I
like,
watch
players.
lower level sports and stuff, and
Okay,
that's
so
just
this
going to
is
be
the thing.
acceptable if you was at a high school game or anywhere else.
This
I
is the
just
thing.
feel like it should
Drake
be on a
can be
professional level.
annoying, is annoying, needs to drop some music if that's what you're gonna be doing. Like,
So you
like,
gotta be doing
bro,
some stuff.
I love you. Calm down, bro.
He
And
just
I
said
promise
he
you.
just
Hey, look.
he just sweeped the Billboard Awards.
Stephen A.
He got
Smith-
time.
Stephen
he
A.
got
Smith
time.
said it the best. He was, if y'all want to shut Drake up, beat the Raptors.
That's gonna
Are they
happen.
gonna shut him up? though?
That's definitely gonna shut him up. That's
I'm thinking to stop him from acting up until they're not playing anymore, but then it won't matter.
Yeah.
All right, so I guess we're gonna agree to disagree that ain't no way that Drake is wrong or right.
Mm.
I
He
guess
just-
we just
yeah.
gonna leave it on that.
We're gonna
that
we're gonna agree that that's
All right.
right.
Any more updates as far as any more stats you want to give on the teams or anything like that? We gotta give the people what they want.
No, shout out to Kawhi. He's going off.
Who?
Kawhi.
Hey, they're in the building. That man has been doing some stuff.
Oh.
Yeah, he's going off.
Did we think KD's
No.
coming back out?
Okay, let's talk about Kyle Lowry poo ass.
I
Goddamn.
didn't say nothing about it. I said shout out to Kawhi.
Nah, fuck Man,
Do we think KD's gonna come back?
he better.
Okay, so we think
It's
he
the only
better.
thing saving it.
I didn't think so at first, but I'm surprisingly they may need him. I thought they could do it without him.
I mean, they can definitely win without him, but it's gonna be interesting because I mean, obviously,
And Cousins was back and didn't really do nothing.
he only played like 15 minutes.
That's still a long time. 15 minutes? That's at least a
Not when you've been starting all your life.
Uh-huh.
Like, we'll see what happens in game 2,
Yeah.
which is tonight.
Tonight, game 2. Y'all gonna get this so late. We gonna be so behind.
Yo, like,
Game 2 gonna be over.
It's gonna be like game 3.
it's gonna be game 4 by the time this airs. Game 3 is on Tuesday.
Hey, so let's do predictions then. Let's do predictions.
Well,
Okay, so
Wednesday
what
or
we expect from today and what do we
No,
expect from later
so what's
this week?
for game 3? Where we gonna be at? It's already 1-0. So
It's
game
going to be Warriors in 5. They winning 4 in a row.
So they're going to win the
Toronto-
next 4 games.
So
Yes,
2-0.
Toronto got very, very, very lucky to have home court.
Home court.
That's all I'm saying because
And-
it was really hype in there for game
It
1.
was. It was.
And that was Drake didn't even do shit until 4 minutes left in the game. Like he was chilling the whole time because he
That's
knew
true. He
that
was
at any
sincere.
chance the Warriors could have came back and won. I mean,
I was watching that whole game, and every like last 3 minutes, I'm like, yo, Golden State about to come back. This
exactly, and the
and
shots just wasn't falling.
It wasn't
It
going.
just didn't happen.
So we got
Warriors in 5
Warriors in 5, so they'll be winning the next 4 games. Okay.
in a row. By 30, one of them. Book it.
And is KD coming back?
I hope so.
Okay. All right, so let's get into the heart of the topics for today. So we're gonna get a little bit, I don't know. Let's see. So I got some questions that I want to throw out there. I don't know what to call it right now. I'm gonna just see how the chips
Gonna get a
fall.
little spicy today.
Let's spicy today.
Well.
So I got a few topics that I need to bring out. Notebook. All right, so.
Handy dandy.
Notebook.
Did
Do you
y'all
know
see
that
the-
Steve
the-
is like he's
Whoa.
Asian now?
Did y'all see the division? I'm sorry.
Steve is Asian now.
Y'all
I
are.
still calling him Steve.
The fact
don't
that,
know.
The fact that
he has
we
a-
all
I think
thought about
he has
that
a-
shit is crazy.
I thought that was his cousin who worked.
And bro, they bringing back all that. I'm so over
Yeah.
All
it.
that
Yo.
stuff.
Yes.
Which
Tell
the
me-
kids
Kids look lame as hell.
Yo,
though.
tell this generation
digress.
get their own shit. Leave our shit alone.
Okay, classic.
No,
You can't
these
let
kids
this classic.
need that type of shit though.
Yeah, but they need their own shit for that type of
They
shit.
have their
Don't
own.
ruin ours.
They,
They're not gonna
they
ruin
can't.
it.
Yeah.
Man, that is
they are.
You
Ruin
shouldn't
it.
be watching it.
You
'cause
should
it's not
see,
for
but you should
you.
see.
It's
No, it's
for
always
them.
for us.
You gotta watch the promo for it. It's coming.
Meanwhile-
Oh, speaking of, before we get into the details, shout out to
Ooh, shit.
Aladdin. Aladdin was pretty good, y'all. Just
So you like that?
The real action.
yeah.
I gotta see it, but I.
I
Don't
know
see
one
it.
other person who watched it too, and
I'm gonna
they
do like
also agreed. Shout out to the Bakers.
a Aladdin, Lion King doubleheader one day.
Yeah, I was about to say I'm waiting on Lion King. July 19th or something like that.
Oh shit, Aladdin might not be in the movie by then.
Child, that'll be on its way to DVD.
Hello.
I need to see Endgame again.
And Blu-ray.
Oh, since we talking about movies, go see Ma. I didn't go see it, but
I kind of want to go see
you
that.
gotta
I
support
find it
Octavia,
interesting.
bruh.
I
kinda
think it's a
wanna
little
see it.
interesting. You know,
I was scared.
I think it may
yeah.
be worth it. There's a couple.
Anyway, shout out to Will Smith, played a great genie in Aladdin. Back to Aladdin.
It reminds me
Not
of Kazan. So I'm a little bit the way the genie looks. I think of
Yeah.
just
Child,
like that
the
should have really been
disrespect.
Shaq.
There's,
Instead of,
people were
Will.
saying like, "Oh, is he gonna make a good genie?" But
Who said that?
He's a good actor. in
Well, no,
general.
I feel like, I mean, anybody who was trying to fill Robin Williams' shoes, I mean, he played an amazing genie in the original.
Child,
Like,
Aladdin is my
one of
favorite
those
Disney movie.
iconic roles. Like, okay, when when Lion King comes back out, do you really think that anybody else could have filled the shoes of, I forgot his full name,
The nigga that's
Mufasa?
the nigga that's
Yeah.
playing Mufasa in this movie.
Yes, he's playing him again.
I know.
Who else would have been able to do that voice? Iconic.
I mean,
Iconic.
that's not Robin Williams though.
I'm just saying
That
there are
is,
certain-
I mean, his name is
Mufasa only
James
lived
Earl Jones.
a small portion
It
of the
probably would have
movie. He
been funny
wasn't.
to have Kevin Hart because it's supposed to be a comedic role. too.
Exactly, but I could have,
Well,
I could see
Kevin
them
Hart
doing
would
some
fit.
shit like that, and I'm so happy they did,
I don't think Kevin Hart would have fit.
I don't
bruh.
think he would have fit either.
Bruh,
The comedy
they
does
make
it all,
him.
'cause that's
They
what
they
the
would have
dream
put.
was,
They
is
would have found a
comedy.
way to put that.
Just
in.
just as a name to draw in.
as a
So-
goof, as a goof.
All right, so one major
Right.
thing though that people were having an issue with was
The-
since it's live action, how they would make him look like physically in the
So
movie.
how did he look physically?
So to me it didn't bother me. Like it was like it looked good. It was good special effects. It was better than the Hulk in the Endgame to me. You feel me? Like the way they had it mixed together. But I've got some people have come to me and was like he looked weird. Like they didn't, you know what I'm saying? They weren't feeling because it's just how he looked. I was like, whoa.
How is he supposed to look?
Right. You know what
It
I'm
was an
saying?
animated
It's-
show, correct? And then we turned that into something
Okay,
a little bit more
see,
realistic.
I
It's
haven't
not gonna be
seen the
same.
movie yet, but I feel like my issue that I'm going to have is that the characters don't look how I want them to look. Okay?
Well, it's not
No,
going to be
no.
the animated movie, so.
No, I'm
It is-
just
it is-
saying.
I'm gonna say
Aladdin
this,
and
look.
Jada had some color to them, And
It's really good. Nah, they're good. They're some color boys.
okay, so I have a question. Did they do like? Did they have some of the same songs?
All.
So they did the fucking
I can show you the
not that. Everybody knows everybody that. What's the fuck
the-
when he's running through the
Market?
village at the market?
That's like the first one they did.
Oh my god!
Prince Ali.
I gotta
That's
see that.
later on.
That's like.
Oh, I like that one.
Yeah.
Oh,
They have-
so was Jafar evil or not?
Yeah. So like I went opening
Don't
night.
wait.
I went
Y'all-
opening
You don't
night.
need no spoilers because I need to go see this movie for real.
That's not a spoiler. That's
You
Jafar's
good
evil.
to
Y'all know
leak
that.
some
So
stuff.
listen. All I'm gonna say is I went opening night and in the audience it did get a round of applause for like a few different scenes. Like it was a really good movie. That's what
Okay,
Okay,
bet.
well, we got to
Check it out.
video.
Alright, so back to the
Guess
topic
I'll be
at
going
hand.
to the movies this week.
Ooh. Alright,
Bored of
first
them.
question of the day.
Mm.
So,
Oh,
this is mainly a question coming from the ladies. So we'll get a male perspective, and then we have to have a female perspective. Why is it that black women always have to be strong?
always have to be.
Yeah.
Well, I'll hold off on my opinion.
So we're gonna let the fellas.
No, we're not
fellas
gonna.
jump in.
We're not gonna
That's
be
a- that's
that.
a-
We're not gonna.
question.
We're not gonna take away the woman's right to go first on the topic
no,
that's
no,
discussed.
Gender
Oh,
roles.
yes.
No,
Come be a feminist about it. Now there's gender roles.
no, I would like to hear the male perspective first.
Especially from the
possible.
black man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh Lord. Because Lord, don't let the black man goddamn hold a woman
because
down.
my opinion comes heavily from the roots of the black community.
I wanna,
But
Let's go.
but okay, I wanna address the question. What like I
no, that's what
always,
I'm saying.
always
That's
and
not
have
addressing
to
the
be.
question. That's putting emphasis on certain
Well, go-
things.
That's what I'm saying. So who says that women always have to be strong? I know some weak women. No,
But
no.
you don't think that more times than not,
I'm just.
you don't think more times than not women are either put in some type of role of dominance or they have to put on a game face and be strong.
Everybody is not Olivia Pope and Annalise
Right.
Keating, okay?
Everybody makes
So
a
I don't want to
choice,
hear
man.
that
And
narrative.
those aren't
It is very- it
always
is-
labeled the same as what you mean by strong.
Okay, so when you say strong, like you talk about Beyonce strong enough to bear the children and get back to business, like
Basically.
like okay, ooh, y'all can have
So are
kids.
we-
and
yeah, are we-
word,
like,
yeah.
Are we talking about?
I'll never pretend I know what it feels like to be
When you say
having birth. or
right, so
whatever.
when you say strong, you talking about a successful businesswoman, independent.
We talking about-
Are you talking
I
about
think it's
are you
a
talking
level
about a
of more
single
so
mom?
dominant.
Y'all gotta hold the
life.
family down.
Yeah.
But
Kinda
that's
to
these
play a
are
dominant role.
these are false narratives because it's always put on the black man's back. Why the black man's family crumbling? Because he's not out there working. He's not being strong for his family. He's not providing for his family. Yada yada yada. So what about
There's
the
a lot
black
of black men
man?
that aren't taking care of
Question.
their
And it's a whole
so
bunch
we
of
are
thought box
speaking
acting
for
All
up.
right, and there's a lot of women
What
now.
does that
Send
have to
somebody
do with
to my
she's
cash
taking care of
app.
her kids? She's probably still doing all that stuff and taking care of her kids.
There's a lot of women who don't take care of their kids as
Okay,
well.
so
And
you
there's a
still
lot of
not
men who
speaking-
do take care of their kids. Like you.
Is that the question that we're asking?
Well,
Here's my question. Here's my question in return to that question.
We don't understand the
Who's
question.
stronger? Who's stronger? The single mom or the woman in a committed relationship who's making the relationship
Married.
work for her
Married.
kids? Married woman who's putting in the work to make that relationship work for those children. Or the woman who gave up on the relationship and was like, whatever.
But
Well, that's like
That's
they both
nothing
strong
to
as
do
shit.
with
To me,
it.
that's
Yeah.
like comparing
Yeah.
apple and oranges.
Oh, child.
Because to say that a woman is, oh my God, she's stronger because she's having to pour into a man as well as her kids, I don't feel like that's fair to say, oh, she's stronger. Now she's more so showcasing her strength in another avenue, but to say that, oh, that woman is stronger, no.
And then you couldn't say that just because she is a single woman and that she doesn't have anybody that's or she's asking for help from a man or whatever it is, or she can thought box because she is not in a relationship, that makes her weak.
Yeah, because that same woman that's in that relationship, yeah, she may be pointing to her man in a certain way, and you may say, oh, that's strength, or oh, she's showing that she's strong in that way. But that single mom may be out here doing, you know, work around the house. She may have to put up that shelf in the house. She may have to do something that the quote unquote man is usually seen for doing, and somebody can equally say that, oh, she's strong for doing that.
I'm just confused. I think you guys.
No, we I'm just playing.
I was just gonna say, I think we're getting hung up on what is strength. So should I have better asked or develop whatever I meant by how strong, like what the strong mean? Because I think we get lost when you say strong, because then we start thinking physical. Then we start thinking, well, do you mean that it's because she is able to bear kids and then get back to work, or like, you know? So strength is just in general. Like, why does she have to be so strong?
I don't even know why, but like really, like as a man, like I can't give you an answer to that question because I don't believe the question.
Yeah,
like it's just the question sounds absurd to me because I'm like, nigga, I'm the one that gotta be strong all the time. Like we can't show emotion and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Like we gotta be the strong people. I don't know, but I mean, I don't want to diminish what you feel like women do and are strong because everybody. So maybe everybody can be strong. How about that?
Okay.
As black people together, we all have to be strong. There we go.
Well, I'm sorry. I'll let you go.
All right. So to Sam's point, right? For the norm in society, everybody's expecting the man to be strong, right? So you don't come at the jump like, oh, the woman has to be. It's always the man. So I think for your question, what we always see in the black community, where the woman is left to fend for herself, we see that strength a lot more. So I guess from my perspective, to answer your question, we see a woman's strength a lot more after because she's the last line of defense, basically. You know what I'm saying? So first is the man. The man is supposed to be there to hold it down, to be that strength. And when the man isn't there, and a lot of times in our community, the man isn't there, it's left for the woman to pick up the pieces.
My point of view that I was going to originally say, but I wanted to give you guys, free reign to say what you are going to say, is that I feel like it's something, I'm always bringing back up slavery. Because it never goes away.
Okay.
You did have, the men being the head of that structure, even though they were slaves. But then once they realized that, there was strength in these men, you had a lot of slave masters breaking down the black men. And it was to the point where, okay, as a woman, if I'm looking to you to protect me and protect our family, and here it is, the slave master is literally breaking you down to nothing, who am I to look to now? I'm looking to the master. I'm looking to the master to give me food. I'm looking to the master to tell me, what to do. And even when it comes to our kids, because the black man is so broken, here it is, I'm forced to kind of fend for them because your spirit and your body is broken. And I feel like that's something that has kind of filtered even through to now. You find that in a lot of black households where, it's a single mother, I feel like a lot of times you have single mothers coddling their black sons because, out of fear of losing him. She don't want to be too hard on him. But then on the other side of things, it's like they're trickling down that same behavior to their daughters. So if we do get in a relationship with a man that's dominant, that, knows how to run a household, who kind of knows who he is as a man, it's like a lot of times we don't know how to handle that because we're not used to that.
When I take that back seat, you're right.
So,
interesting perspective.
I think that it is, from the female standpoint, that's spot on. You hit it right on the head for me as far as just understanding why she does have to be strong. It goes back to what Avery said as well too, that our dynamics have changed in certain areas. So a lot of times when we think about the strong woman, we are thinking about the woman who has to pick up the pieces from the relationship not working. So I get it, but then I also get it from the standpoint of, what about the times where, since dad is always out and about, the woman is the nurturer. She's the one, she is handling the fort at home. And then a lot of times she also has that job too. So, and sometimes the husband just gets to work and he gets to come home and, for maybe 15 minutes to an hour in a day, he can see the kids. But then after that, his job is done while mommy's job or whatever, her job still continues to keep going. So I think the level of strength, like you said, everybody in some way is going to be strong. And it shouldn't be labeled as who's the strongest, but in the dynamics of family, it should be man, woman, and then the kids out of the level of survival protection, and then you go to the nurturing and whatever, and then you go to the kids just being the kids. So. Another one that we'll have to just agree to disagree on. Until Michael B. Jordan cries and Creed, okay.
Yeah, I'm hungry.
I told you I had crackers.
I don't want no crackers.
I haven't ate either.
I don't need no crackers in my life.
But no, for why men can't show emotion,
yeah,
I feel like
I can show it.
that's because that goes back to your first question. Instead of why women always have to be strong, is men that always have to be strong, and part of that
So
strength
why
is
men
not
can be
showing weakness, and emotion is a weakness.
If
So
a man
it's
is
only
weak, if a man is weak, he a pussy. He a bitch nigga. Like that's all that is. Like I mean, I'm just like it's
So
weak
is
women.
that
I feel like
It's weak women,
I don't
weak
think
men.
it's- I don't think it's a sign of
show emotion.
No, well that's not what I'm saying. Weak, like
No, what
It's,
I'm saying is because the way it's described is because a man can't
No,
show
but-
emotion, then he's strong,
No,
and
so-
because a woman
It's like-
shows
it's
No,
basically
it doesn't-
like
it doesn't-
it's
no,
a
it doesn't-
stereotype,
No,
but
it doesn't
it's
work
not.
like that. No, it doesn't work like that. No, because if emotion is expected from you, when you show emotion, you're not.
it's expected
not-
from you too. So why
No,
is it not?
it's not expected
you?
from men though. It's not. So what? But
It's
why-
taboo, but it should not be expected.
Right.
Emotion is
But if it's
emotion.
expected from you when you show emotion, you're not labeled as weak because that's what you're expected to show. But when you're showing emotion and you're not expected to show emotion, you're like,
I mean, I feel like that's a dumb societal standard. I mean, it doesn't make sense because at the end of the day, whether we're male or female, I mean, we're still human. So there should be that element of you being able to be vulnerable and you being able to actually feel as a man. If you feel pain and you feel compelled to cry in that moment, we shouldn't shun you or say, oh no, that's wrong because you're crying, because you're human.
Like
I would
dead
never
ass-
shun no guy for
I
having
dead
that
ass
type
had
of emotion. no
Come on.
matter
I dead
what.
ass took somebody to the hospital who had got shot, and this nigga would not cry. Got shot twice though, talking about it hurts. I'm like, nigga, I would be crying, but like he just was not trying to cry. Like he was trying to be like the strong, tough guy. I'm like, dog, like you already got shot. Like,
and at the same time,
Valid reason.
can we keep in mind that
no.
we can't say, oh, we're all human. We are, male and females are made physically and chemically different. Like we feel things differently. It's a fact.
It'll piss off certain people.
It's a fact though.
Okay, but what I'm saying is whatever you are feeling, I'm not saying that, oh, if something happens, if both of us bump our knee over in the corner somewhere, I might be crying, but you might, yeah, physically we're different. But what I'm saying is if you feel compelled to
Google,
cry,
I'm not talking to you.
then why not cry? Just, I mean,
But that's what I'm saying. If we both bump our knee and you as a female is boohoo crying and I bump my knee and start boohoo crying, you gonna look at me a certain type of
I'm
way.
gonna look at you like, oh, you
dang,
must
that
be
really hurt.
I'm not.
And then we might be laughing because depending
Yo,
on how the impact look, I'm gonna
If
be like,
I bump my
bruh,
knee
you tripping.
and shed a tear, y'all wanna look at me? Y'all wanna look at me different?
We said that we would laugh about it, but what we're saying is we're gonna assume that you must really
Really
be
be
hurt.
hurt.
I think
Because as a man, if you get to that, because you guys are expected to be so strong all the time, if you get to a point where you're vulnerable enough to cry, it's just like, well, damn, it's serious.
I just think that it's wrong, and I'll go ahead and throw it out there. If ladies judge men by tears, if you call them names for stuff, because I've never done it, so I can safely say that I'm speaking from the standpoint it's like I never looked at somebody and just assumed that because you was a guy. I mean, I also never had guys cry around me like that too.
Sure.
So that's another thing in itself. But if you wanted to, like, I'm always one of those, if it's a sad situation, I'm always going to ask you, are you okay? So I wouldn't be compared to call you like bitch ass nigga or something for, you know.
And then you just have some people that
Or showing
are sensitive, and then on the flip side, they kind of were raised, bringing it back kind of full circle, they were raised by those single women, and a lot of times if we as women don't really, I've heard the saying, which I believe that is very true, as women we can, you know, nurture and create and raise a good citizen, but I don't feel like we have the ability to really raise a man. So it's like if they are in a household where it's just, you know, the mother, and as a woman we're in touch with our emotions, then he got his sisters here, they're in touch with their emotions. You do have some people that are just, some men that are just naturally sensitive. They don't think twice about shedding their emotions because that's the type of environment that they were raised in. But a lot of men that you see that were actually raised by men, they don't really show that vulnerability too much.
That should be my turn. Do you cry, Sam?
Tears for what?
Do you cry, Focus?
All the time.
In the dark at night by himself.
All the time.
What is you crying about? No, life is sweet.
And I mean, just like things
growing up,
person gets, I'm saying as an adult, like these life experiences that we're hitting as adults, like doesn't make you emotional, like you want to cry.
Like I ain't even gonna cap. Like my best friend died, and it took me months to cry. Outside of one time, like I was driving to the funeral and this song came on, Migos Out Your Way, and it's just like, I don't know, like it kind of described like what my friend used to always do. Like he would always go out his way to make sure everybody was straight, and so like I shed a tear or two, and that shit was emotional, but like it's just hard to cry. Like what is we crying for?
Migos made you
yes,
cry,
the Migos song made me cry, bro.
No, I've experienced that before though, where it's like something could be heavy on your mind, and it's like you can really listen to the lyrics of a song that you've heard 50 million times, but it's like that one time you hear it in that moment, it just hit different.
Yeah. So yeah, in all seriousness though, like I'm be playing around, but
because I need y'all to know I really don't cry.
No, I was about to say I do cry though. But growing up, I didn't. You know what I mean? I always, like you said, I always was like, oh, you can't cry. You got to be a man. Don't cry. Woo, woo. But now in my later years, recently, like, it's not, I don't be crying. I'm crying all the time, but like if I do need to cry, like if I'm by myself and I'm just thinking something's heavy on my
What
makes you have to?
What makes you
gotta
cry,
get that
bro?
energy out.
to myself, you know what I'm saying?
We don't know
What makes you cry, bro?
I've been through a lot, bro. I've been through a
So
lot.
life,
Yeah,
your life experiences make.
All right, so look, I'm gonna tell y'all. What was it? We're in 2019, right? 2018, New Year's Eve was my first New Year's Eve being free in like 4 years, and when the clock struck 12, I cried. that last year.
Well, I mean,
my first year being free.
understood. Like I said,
And I was by myself. Like I
shit
ain't
make
go out nothing.
you
That's
been
why I
through shit that make
said
you
that
cry,
makes
like,
you human. Like if you have something that hits you and you feel emotional about it, there's nothing wrong with
You should have been
crying.
able to cry if anyone was there. Is what
Nah,
we're saying.
He wouldn't have did it then, but
Right, and that's what I'm
but he probably wouldn't have been thinking that hard about it. He probably would have cried later on after he was just
Are
laying
you
there
gonna cry
like that.
now?
True.
Oh, okay, shit. I don't wanna seem like I'm an emotionless person because I definitely have hella emotions, but
We know.
I guess I don't know. It might not even be like me being a man type shit. Like just as a Scorpio, bitch, I'm not gonna be crying. Like that's just not who we are. Like
You
we don't-
emote more anger, and
angry,
passion.
exactly. Like I'm gonna.
You don't cry to anger?
No,
Sam get loud.
Nobody
and
has
out of
ever
control.
pissed me off to the point where I'm crying mad. Like that's psycho. Like you get so mad that you cry.
Yeah.
Wow.
I feel like a lot of women do because it's like in that moment it's like we have a fear of what we could physically do. You have some women that get mad and they just be like they just wanna
what y'all physically do?
No.
Let me stop.
Okay,
Let me stop
exactly.
being hyper masculine today.
No, I'm serious. Like when you get mad to that point where you can't do nothing but crying, like you to that point. You to that point. I'm sorry.
It's definitely
it's
from
definitely the
a
Scorpio
woman's
in me.
standpoint. It's definitely.
And then especially if you want to do something, but you know that'll be too crazy, or you just gotta sit there and cry. You gotta let that energy go.
Do you know what I be thinking about? All kinds of crazy shit, and I just laugh.
I think that makes you more psycho than somebody who cried
I'm
at that kind of stuff.
like I don't think
I want to kill you.
I don't think y'all know like shit.
Sam, I know that you're very crazy. We're not
Exactly.
gonna talk about some of the things that I've witnessed.
Shit, I almost hit a bitch with a car.
Yes.
He should have fucking moved. Like, don't stand behind the
Almost
car.
ran
He
over
not trying
somebody
to get hit.
on their graduation night.
Child, he made it to graduate.
I wouldn't cry if I was mad though.
Yeah, it just doesn't emote like
because for
that.
you
to
guys,
me.
your emotional. your strength isn't associated with your emotions. Is what I was gonna say. But for a woman, I think that is
My
an
power
area.
comes a lot from my emotion. Like I just said, I just don't have that crying gene. Like I just don't. It don't even. Like my contacts make me cry. Like that's as good as it's gonna get.
Do you think that was something in growing up in like a 2-parent household? Do you think that that's something that had an effect on you and how like your dad raised you?
Well, no, because like I know for a fact as a child I was crying, but I guess life made me.
So that's what I'm saying.
More
You're
into
saying that
my
wasn't
emotions.
necessarily something that was
Nah, like
instilled in you. It's
they
just something
didn't
that you feel
give
like
me
you are
grief.
as a
They
person.
didn't give me grief for crying. Like I'm an only child, so it wasn't like stop crying, boys don't cry type shit. I mean, I was the only child. Like they were like, what's wrong? Like it's like life doesn't. I mean, maybe that's just I'm living a
Maybe
good
that's
life.
just
Knock
who you
on
are as a
wood. I hope
person.
nothing bad happens. I mean, I'm living a really good life. I don't have anything to be sad over. Like I mean, I'm lonely as fuck, but I'm not
That's a different
crying.
kind of-
But see, like we had this conversation before, I'm not crying over that shit because I'm good. Like I can wake up every morning happy as fuck, reliving the drunk nights that I've had.
Shaq is our like resident therapist. Like, do you think it was how you were raised? that
No,
makes you feel
because
like
we
this?
were talking about that's a part of the conversation that a lot of times you have guys that are sensitive
And-
because of how they were raised by their mothers. But I know that Sam had his father in the household, so I wanted to know if his
Yeah.
dad was like, boy, you better not be crying, toughen up.
Nah. Cause
He
even
doesn't non-exist from having a 2-parent
it's
household.
only good.
no,
I could probably count on one hand how many times I seen my dad cry. But that nigga is an angry ass nigga, and so I guess that got passed down to me. Like I I could definitely yell with the best of them because of how my dad was.
Sam be off the chain. Y'all don't want to get Sam mad.
My dad don't get angry neither though. See, my dad is just simple. He's
my dad
like,
definitely not laid back.
you look to my dad to handle the issue. You feel me? He's gonna take care of it, and he's not gonna make no excuses, and he's gonna get it done. He's not gonna cry about it. Nothing. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna figure out a way to get it done. And that's the example he's always shown. You feel me? And that's what he put on me. He's like, don't make excuses. Figure it out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well,
It's interesting.
I think we had a great discussion on
Strength.
strongness
I'm about to get
strength,
ratchet for a second.
and how different everybody has their different ways of showing their strength, men and women, man and woman, whatever. What is it?
Men and women.
I'm having a brain fart.
Men
like-
and female.
I guess.
Lord.
Lord, look, stop. So we ain't trying to get into that. Male, female
I got a question. Just to go left real quick, and then we can jump off.
is going
But-
left.
So, men, we're establishing that men are strong and women are strong. So,
I'm trying to figure out where this going.
is it okay if a woman decides to put her hands on a man? Is it okay to hit her back? I mean,
Can I give my honest opinion on the
Yes.
situation?
Oh, shit.
I don't know. I don't think that a woman should hit a man. I'm never
But they
like
do.
outside of like my brother. Well,
and now we're here.
well, allow for me to, which kind? Because I can't speak for the girl who is hitting. But if it were my son and a girl hit him, I cannot say that. I would only hope that he wouldn't hit her back to be charismatic about the situation. But you know,
You putting up on his behalf, right?
yeah,
So
yeah.
she-
I'm absolutely. I'm
what
in
if she
there.
caught back and punch him in the nose?
I just hope that he would walk away from the situation. But if he hit her back, I'm saying this is what I would want for him to do. But if he hit her back, I mean, that's a natural reaction for being hit. I don't think a woman should put her hands on a man, but I'm not saying that I'm promoting a man putting his hands on a woman
I
because she
feel
hit.
like people across the board, they say, oh, well, you know, men shouldn't put their hands on women. But I feel like we should also be teaching our daughters to keep their hands to themselves. I think that that's the bigger thing, because it's just like, outside of playfully like hitting my brothers, I've never like actually hit a man, and I've never really felt the want to do that either, because regardless of, you know, how a man is built, I mentally understand that is a man.
Right.
So once he gets to a level of anger and he really puts his strength up on you,
And it ain't gonna be no crying.
yeah,
Right.
he can hurt you. Like that's dealing with a whole nother element. So I feel like as a woman, if you feel the need to hit a man, maybe you need to walk away before you even get to the point where you put that man in a situation and say, oh, well, he just needed to walk away. No, you should have just walked away and kept your hands to yourself.
I sure wish
Not
women thought
to
like
speak.
you sometimes, cause child.
Alright.
No, I always think like I would never, literally, even if a man, you know, knock on wood, ever put his hands on me, the crazy in me would want to pick something up and knock his ass out. But I do know that can get me in trouble, and that could also instigate the situation.
Oh, if you put your hands on me first, we fight.
So you know,
Oh,
if you
you
put your
talking
hands
about
on me first,
as a
we're
man?
fighting. Yeah, if you put your hands on me first, we're fighting.
Well, what
But
do you mean
I'm
put your
not
hands on you?
gonna
Like I
go
can't
and-
grab your wrist or something like.
restraint is one thing. You
Restraining
hit
me means that I'm about to do something to you first, and what I'm explaining to you is that I'm never gonna do nothing.
So
to
if you
anybody
feel to
first.
the
So
point
if
where I
just
make you
feel-
mad and you be like,
right, or you feel like
All I have to say really is, as adults, we should keep our hands to ourselves.
basically.
Man on man, woman on woman, woman man, all that. Just keep your hands to your fucking self.
Basically.
Nobody should piss you off to the point where you want to fucking put your hands on
But
them.
sometimes it does happen.
And I am
tell them
under-
to walk away.
So,
You just gotta find better ways.
just one little quick follow-up question, because I know, like, when two men are interacting and they get disrespectful, then you know what I'm saying, they can duke it out and it don't be a problem. So for my follow-up question, do you feel like women should watch what they say to men as well to not provoke them into these situations?
It's a two-way street.
Yeah,
We can't just blame women for their actions because men be saying some fucked up shit.
Right, and then it's just, the question for me. The question is because there be times where it'll be like you see women that get so disrespectful and off on the ground that you can't do nothing to me because I'm a female. You can't.
What is the situation?
If a man said the same thing you just said to me, well, we be out back fighting. You know what I'm saying? So.
What could a conversation be so intense about that she said something that will make you want to hit her?
If she said something to me that
like,
a man said to me that made me want to, you know what I'm saying?
That's why I don't fuck with your bitch ass. You ain't even got no fucking job. And I'm always buying your shit. I'm always doing this shit.
What was said before that?
But I'm just saying, you know bitches get mad easy.
But what I'm saying is, okay, bitch, you just got mad.
But if you with a crazy bitch like that, then you already know what you're getting yourself into because 9 times out of 10, that's not her first time.
But that's giving her a pass. So my question is that what was said by you to make her get that crazy?
He probably was
so
chilling.
So you just said, "Hey girl, how you doing? Oh, you looking real beautiful today." And she said,
"He literally was probably chilling, minding his own business." And she had a thought in her mind.
Because sometimes that's
these
what we do be sitting there thinking. I mean, I feel like sometimes women do be sitting there thinking. And then they may bring about a question or something, and it's like.
So we really finna sit here and play women to be crazy and just say you sitting here playing the game, and then all of a sudden she just came on and another thing like.
Well,
it happens.
You must.
But what I'm saying is something.
You live a good life.
No, what I'm saying is, can you give this woman some credit that maybe something really did happen?
No, her name was Shaquisha, so.
I mean,
I just don't want to do. I don't want to put
something may have happened before, but
let's just give you a scenario. Let's just say
like something happened, but it was 3 to 5 years ago. And then all of a sudden today she just thought about it. Yo, you remember when you did commented on that bitch ass 3 years ago at the bowling alley? Oh, bitch ass nigga, like.
Okay, let's just randomly say that he is, let's use your home for an example. Mm-hmm. Let's say that, there's a video game being played. Mm-hmm. Then, the woman is upstairs. And let's say the man had his cell phone upstairs and there's something that pops up that she sees. He's not thinking anything of it. Oh, I got my cell phone upstairs and I ain't got nothing to worry about. Mm. And then boom, out of nowhere, the woman rushes downstairs. What the?
That's not out of nowhere. She found something on that damn phone that she wasn't too happy about. That's not out of nowhere. Y'all gonna stop playing my girls and pretending like we just wake up one day and all of a sudden we jumping on men.
So he left his phone upstairs and he's comfortable enough to leave his phone upstairs. First of all, he's a dumbass. You got the phone up to his phone. So if his ex from 5 years ago that he ain't talked to in 3 years just send him a naked pic out the blue, that ain't his fault.
Because they haven't been talking, and if it showed that to be true, okay.
Yeah, and sometimes certain things can feed. Yeah, that's what I was just about to say. Sometimes certain actions and things can feed into the insecurity that people have, and it helps them to go from 0 to 100 real quick.
That an ex comes back now.
Mm-hmm. It happens. Especially these women out here. They be playing.
I done been out of the game for a long time.
Mm-hmm. See, and your husband don't really tolerate that foolishness.
What?
That's what it is.
Mm.
So,
you don't have to.
So
you got a blessing on your hands.
Everybody knows how I got the perfect marriage, the perfect man, perfect family.
No. That's not what it is, but we do think about our actions before we do them. That's all it is that we just
so y'all are logical.
Yeah.
You're unlike most women, but
I mean, I have an emotional side too, but
I don't want my women fans jumping on me.
I just don't want to put all women into the same category because we just acting like all ladies are out here crazy, and we all do have a.
Well, that's what's
side.
portrayed, sweetie. That's
It's
what I
just
see.
the women that y'all are dealing with.
No. Who, me?
You may be the ones you around.
Who, me?
It could be just the,
Yeah,
the
no.
that you
Sam is the craziest person that most of the people that he's around.
Exactly.
It's the company you keep. Maybe it's something
mean,
about you. If you keep it crazy company, then
No,
maybe,
I'm
then
the
that's
crazy.
what I said.
I'm the
That's
crazy
what
one.
we're saying.
Like,
Sam is the
With you, which is why these stories don't seem.
I'm the
outlandish
crazy
to
one.
you.
Like, shit.
I don't carry crazy people like that.
Somebody almost cussed me out this morning because they said they was at work and I was like, "You got a job?" Like,
That was petty.
I mean,
That would have made me want to say something to you. Is she crazy or he crazy?
You
for
throwing shots? I was like, I mean, shit, I guess. I just didn't think he was gonna have a job. Like, all these broke niggas out here. Shit.
Oh my god.
Shoot, do you have a job?
Yes.
Oh.
Oh my god.
Okay.
What?
Niggas out here broke, so I just have
Oh my god. Why would you comfort him?
Do you have a job?
We all have jobs.
Oh.
I gotta go to my job tomorrow.
Oh, I'm off all summer.
I go to work
Yeah.
tomorrow as well.
Ain't no work, man.
I'll be at work.
And that check residual. Residual.
Oh my god.
All right.
What's
So,
oh? That
since
was a
we're
great
discussing money and a few things, I want to go ahead and be devil's advocate. No, it's not being devil's advocate. I'm just gonna go ahead and be a jerk for a second. Why do black men feel like dating white women is such a prestige?
Who
It
said
has
that?
so much class.
Who said that?
Any black man
What
that's
black
out
man?
there
White women.
dating a white
Well,
woman.
y'all already know what my standpoint is from.
What I'm gonna do with some pink? I don't need nothing pink.
No, but yes.
Tell, I already know what.
Slavery. You know.
Is that slavery
But-
talk too?
It
You
is.
know, the
'Cause
white
that
woman
was-
was like the forbidden
The
fruit. So
pride.
if he was able to get up in that, that was a thing.
So that's some toxic masculinity
So-
shit.
Well, hold on now. I have heard the myths of the white women.
Exactly.
You
Why
ain't
does
never-
it have
you
to
ain't
be
never
a
fucked no
myth?
white bitch?
Why does it have to be a myth? Why does there have to be this
Like a
level of
unicorn.
mystique
Right.
around
It's-
the white
I'm
woman?
I'm pretty sure
So
it's the
really,
same thing.
it's really a comparison, right? It's not, oh, white women are so great. It's, are white women better than black women, right?
Ooh.
And so you compare them like, oh, you at home you have your typical black woman who's nagging and, getting and doing all the extra
Oh, we
and
going
snaking
there.
her neck and snapping her fingers. But then on the other hand, you got this white woman who's just there to support you and do whatever you say, and yes.
And because in their
You
family
got it.
dynamics, they
I
are
was
allowed to
just-
have who's the male role and who's the female role. So a white woman already knows in her
Her
household
place.
that man.
A white woman knows her place. And black women
but
don't.
she has a place.
Is that the
She has a place. So
A black
yes,
woman-
she knows. her
Baby,
place.
y'all can have a place
You say
too.
let you speak, let me
Ooh,
speak.
girl.
No. A white woman has a place in her family. A black woman has to create her place based on her circumstances.
Ooh, no. Black women create their own circumstances
how?
to try to run their own
How?
show. They have a place and don't want to be in their place, and that's the problem in the first place.
She always give a nigga who ain't about
Who
nothing.
fault that is?
So it's on that black man who ain't doing his job.
You
so
got
now she got to
wisdom.
do two jobs. In a white woman's household, she knows that take care of little Billy, take care of little Sarah. If I need to go work, then I will go work. My husband's gonna support me while
And
he's
I'm
gonna support me if I don't
sorry.
work.
We went to VSU. I know plenty of women that I got that we got degrees with that are playing Susie Homemaker.
Hello.
So
There's a place for black women.
Well, no,
Right.
I'm talking about the white ones. But
We know white people. Oh, yeah, never mind. I know who you're talking about. Okay.
I'm talking about two of them.
I was about to say, I know
specifically.
somebody.
I'm talking about two of them. I don't
Okay.
want to put them out there.
We ain't gonna. Oh, you talking about
But
that
that's
art?
what I'm saying.
Oh yeah. Okay. Anyway.
I think
Yeah,
Y'all are messy.
Keep it secret.
Y'all
I thought
messy
it was
as hell.
unfiltered.
Okay, but wait.
I was thinking whoever you
Yes.
yeah.
Okay, but this is the real tea though. Okay, so it's a show called All American, and in the show, it's a black football coach, and he's married to a white woman.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not even gonna lie, like I finished the whole first season. It's like she was a good wife, and she had a job. Like he allowed her to work. Or whatever y'all think a white woman's place is. I mean, the bitch had a good job.
We didn't say that she did
but wait,
not. We said she had a place.
she was making more money than him, and she was just as happy as it could be. She wasn't stressing him out. She was nothing like Spencer's mom, a black woman
We
who was
stressed out.
always
First of all, we're not going to talk about nothing that probably had a white writer in the first place.
No, I mean he cheated on the
What
white
we
wife
are
with the
gonna
black
say-
with the black girl, but
What
who
we
cares?
are going to discuss
Dude, is that white women are white
I
women
never said
are,
there's no offense to white. What I'm saying is that she has what most black women wish we had, which was that support from her man the same way, who doesn't think that we're not. You don't think that a white woman's in her house saying, John, I wish you take out the trash.
John, I
No.
wish I had a dishwasher. Like
She has
Yeah,
more
I don't
presence.
think-
John, I wish you bought me
that's
this.
the thing.
I wish you bought me this. I wish we go on that Christmas vacation. I wish we get that club. I wish she's got other good stuff while we up here like, bitch, I wish you just changed the baby's diaper. Can you take out the trash? Can you go mow the lawn? Can you know what I'm saying?
I don't think
I was
so.
sitting here like we like that.
I
That
think that's the thing.
I want to say that kind of brings it back to that topic that we was literally just talking about. A lot of times you have these mothers that are coddling their sons. So it's like they get home, mom already got the snack. Or sister, go do this for your brother.
So,
do this.
Well,
so it's like a lot of times when they have their own families, they're not doing stuff. They're not doing the stuff that we feel like they just need to just generally be doing around the house. And on top of that, I feel like at some point in time, because the black household kind of shifted into a single household, you had less, I think, nurturing of the daughter to be that homemaker. Because at some point in time, you did have black mothers saying, oh, well, get it, girl, you better get in this kitchen, you gonna learn how to cook. Or, girl, you better clean this up. Or you better do this. Because you know when you get a husband, when you get a husband, you're gonna have to do this, do that. And I feel like it's become less of that.
But what we're saying is that we don't get the ability to have that.
Why
Because
don't
and
you?
we blame it on you guys for not being present.
That makes zero sense.
That makes
y'all
all the
choose
sense.
y'all
You
choose
sat
who
here
y'all
so
want to
highly
be
of
with.
your father being in the house and how that
Right.
was a
So-
good example for you. And what we're saying is because there is
So
that
because you
asset
chose an
in
ain't
that
shit
role,
nigga, that's not
why
nobody fault
is
but
he
yourself.
ain't ish? It's the question.
What does that have to do with you?
That has everything to
You-
do
like,
with me
you
when my
understand?
slim
You
fingers
as-
are already slim. And general,
Sex
why
with
we
you
giving
married.
passes to
I'm saying not her specifically.
why
but
are we
the
giving
female in the
passes to F
situation.
boys?
Listen though,
But
you
we
take
won't give a pass
responsibility
to a
for
woman
yourself.
who is taking responsibility. That's
No,
the
you're
problem.
not.
And
You're
then
not.
your
You're
F
passing the
boy
buck.
behind come in my house under my roof and not expect for me to jump off on you.
No, I don't. That's the point. Don't pick a ain't shit
You want me to
nigga.
come and pat you on the back and
Are you-
help build you up
you're
and do
missing
what
the
you
point.
say
No,
that
you're
this
missing
white
the
woman
point.
is doing?
I want dinner ready when I get the fuck
Exactly.
home. Like,
He's
You
basically
be-
saying that
you be
pick
a
an
top-notch
ain't shit
chick.
nigga. So with you picking an ain't shit nigga,
Yeah, like
you
that-
kind of asked for that.
No, that's not what I'm saying.
Oh,
That's
well,
not what I'm
excuse
saying.
me.
I'm saying men take responsibility. I'm
Because
saying,
I ain't finna be
listen,
sitting up here cooking and doing all
I'm
this
saying
stuff
men
for no
take
shit.
responsibility for themselves. Men do need to be better. There are men that are better, and once you are with a man that
And
is
then
doing
what
what he
happens
needs
to
to
all the ones
do,
who
you need to do what you need to do.
There's
And
more
what we're
who aren't
discussing
than
here
there are
now
who
is black men who choose white women over black women are the ones who are doing what they need to do and have their shit together. Because first of all, let's be clear,
A white woman
White
is not gonna be with an ain't shit
women.
nigga.
it's not gonna be with an
I
ancient
see.
nigga.
Yeah, but
First
she
of all,
didn't help
Exactly.
me get to that point.
so therefore, regardless, when a man is doing what he needs to do and is doing what he's doing, don't be a nagging female. Be a supportive female. Period. Stop trying to
If he's
pass the
already
buck.
doing what he's
We're
doing,
talking
then I
about the
don't have to
female.
nag.
Love that
If
support
he's
word.
doing what he's doing,
But-
then I don't have to nag, and I'm not nagging because
But that's
you're
not
doing
okay.
everything
Then.
that
That's
you're
what we're
supposed
talking
to
about.
do.
Though. We're talking about there are women that
Not
nag.
nagging.
There are women that nag. There are women who say, "Oh,
so how
I
come
want."
it's okay to
You
keep
choose
talking
this
about
place.
this woman who's nagging, but
That's
it's not
what we're
okay for me to
discussing.
bring up this?
We're not just.
therefore.
That's what we're discussing. We're discussing the choice of the white woman over the choice of a black woman, and the choice is these black woman is going to be nagging this, that, and third, and the white woman, the image is that she's not. That's what we're discussing.
Allegedly, because we both
Yeah.
don't know because we ain't
Right.
been with no white bitch.
So, and all I'm saying is, so if you talking about for their place, right? So if we're in a dynamic where the man is working and you're the homemaker or whatever, and that's the agreement y'all came to, and that's your household structure, right? Why is it that after a man comes home from a long day of work, he doesn't have a meal ready, or then maybe after years of this structure, he ain't never took out the trash, so you just in your feelings, why you don't never take out the trash? Because I work all day, and you're like, what you know what I'm saying?
That I can't get jiggy with that, bro.
What you mean?
Take the fucking trash out.
You can take the trash out on your way out to work.
You can take the trash out, yes. But what I'm saying is, if there's a dynamic set up, and then you're just in your feelings after years of one thing being the same, you know what I'm saying? That's whack.
But that's picking one area to talk about. So we have it clear that the white woman is going to find the guy who's got it together. She's
right,
good.
because they're not fucking.
Okay, so
And
she has nothing to nag about. He has nothing to be nagged about.
The
They
thing
good.
is, the thing I think, like, we just trying to say, like, okay, let's just say we have Steven. Steven is a black man. Works for a Fortune 500 company. Drives the Rolls Royce and shit, blah, blah, blah. Steve picks a white woman. Steve lives the happiest fucking life of his life. He got 2 kids, ain't got to worry about shit. They probably got a nanny and all that type of shit. Same Steve, Fortune 500 company, married Shaquisha. She's from the hood. She didn't have no daddy around when she was growing up. Like, she literally, like, she doesn't even know how to appreciate the fact that this nigga is driving a Rolls Royce, because she sits at home all day because she don't have to go to, no, she doesn't have to go to work. She's living that perfect life, but she finds a little shit to complain about all the time. Soon as Steven gets home from work, why you ain't cut the grass? Like,
go shopping.
I want to do this. I'm bored. Can I get a job? Like, black women don't act like they don't really want to be kept. I see your hand. Go ahead.
Because I wanted to be respectful. So why is this white woman being compared to a ghetto black woman, as if there's not any educated, successful black women out here who are still being overlooked?
Because
for
I'm
this white
telling you,
bitch?
if I was with Steve, I would be at home
Taking
with
care of whatever need to be taken care of, not complaining about nothing.
and having me a little business or something that I'm
But
doing
see,
from
that's
home.
Y'all gotta
but see,
stop
that's
picking
the
and choosing.
no.
If I
But
can't
okay.
do
She
that,
doesn't have to be ghetto.
boy,
She can
then
be
that's
a
not
regular black
that's
woman.
a
Okay, but that's the issue right there. A white woman is perfectly fine with just being a housewife and not trying to go get another damn job. Black women are like let. Hold on, wait.
Okay.
Okay.
No,
Black women have so many dreams. Their dreams are so big, and they never want to be told no. They're gonna always want extra. They're gonna always want to go for it, and I'm not saying that's a bad thing, but that causes conflict too. Like, if a nigga wants you to sit at home and be a housewife and shit, why the fuck is you going to homeschool work?
And this is my thing. I feel like, and bringing it down, as a human, I want to feel some level of fulfillment. Yes, you go to work every single day. We pour everything into you. But what's being poured into me other than these material things?
And that's a black woman trait. That's what makes y'all special. Y'all are strong and y'all are passionate about shit. White women don't give a fuck about that shit.
That's what I'm saying. Even if I have like a little boutique business or something random to where literally I just have some clothes. I take pictures. Yeah, I just take pictures in my clothes and then I sell them and then I go to the post office and that's my business. That's something that I created that I'm proud of. Yeah, I can support you in your Fortune 500. Yeah, I'm gonna be jazzed up to the T's when we have to go to the business dinners. But I'm still gonna also have something for me.
Because so look, to answer, because to ask question, why are we looking at the white women looking over these black successful women? There's always a flip side of the coin as well now. So what Sam was describing earlier in the show. So in an instance where a female makes more than a man, in most cases, the black woman who's making more than the man, is gonna be looking down on the man, belittling the man,
That made that shit known.
and making the man feel less than a man.
I'm shaking my head in my head with that.
I'm saying, hell no to that. There has been,
Before y'all reply, exactly. Well, I was gonna say, can we please not just take everything personal to y'all two specifically, and understand that the majority of your sisters are not
who think
a small percentage.
No, we gotta
small
stop doing
percentage.
black women like that. And I will give it.
Black women have to
doing black
stop
men.
doing themselves like
For
that.
real, like this not
And black women,
nowhere.
okay?
Y'all,
There's
it's a small percentage.
there's too many people out
This is
here.
why black women
are not the
angry and
majority.
bitter, and they look at black men like y'all don't support us because y'all don't.
So how can you,
Y'all
how
say
can you
that
sit there
there's
and
a
say
small
black women are
percentage of-
angry and bitter?
I'm not there. And all I'm saying is I can realize that at the end of the day, I feel like men are driven very high off of their egos. And at the end of the day, if I know that I make more money than my man, or I'm supporting us in this season, or what have you, things can very well switch at the drop of a hat. He could be making way more money than me tomorrow, and if I sit up here and I belittle him and I do all of that stuff, that's going to hurt him.
I don't agree.
I feel like there's no need to sit up here and look down on him to say, oh, well, you make less money than me, so you
I grew up
can't.
in a household like that, like so, like my mom definitely always has made more than pops, like, but she don't
wasn't
be
talking
throwing
to
that
him
shit.
any kind of way,
Exactly,
though.
because he still
And that's why your parents are still married.
even though she makes more, he's still the head of the household. Like he still is in charge.
That's
So
not supposed to be. Yeah.
hey, shit, I would love for
And
my
that's a
significant other to
different
make more than
generation
me,
too,
to be
though.
honest, so I can spend your bread. Like
Your parents is a different generation. I feel like this generation that is raised up.
I hear you though. I mean,
It sounds
there.
like a camera clip.
I just wanted to.
I definitely see stuff like that happening sometimes. Like, but then once again, it's just like those be them ain't shit relationships anyway. Because the female is not shit and the nigga's not shit. Like, because in that situation, I think of a ghetto bird. Like, those are the type of females that's trying to throw the fact that they work in the call center making $14 an hour over you because you work at Checkers making $7.50. Like,
But why? Okay.
why are they living them horrible lives?
No. I was
I
just
don't
gonna
know.
say is
They don't have
why
a
is
degree.
that the only? There are so many on both sides, men and women that are black, that are successful, that are out here all doing it. And so when I
Oh, well, I don't
discuss,
think
why
it's-
can
I
we
don't think you
discuss
say
a
so
successful
many.
black?
Is it so many though?
Tab,
Is it a
like,
lot?
always,
It's really, y'all really don't think we have that many successful black people in this world?
I'm not
We
saying
I feel like we
that.
have
not
Successful
on
as in
the
having a
scale.
degree.
We have a
successful as in taking care of what you're supposed
we
to
have
take care of.
I would say we have a substantial amount, but I would say there are
We
probably
keeping
more
it-
of us that are not doing it.
Exactly. That's why we just
And
want
like
you to
he
know.
said,
We're trying to keep that shit
you
real.
have the
like,
burden.
I don't think y'all keeping it.
And
I don't
feel
think
like
you're
that's
just
so-
Tab, you know how many people I know?
I think
You know I know I have a lot of
I think your
acquaintances
world
and
is
friends and
different.
shit. It's a whole bunch of ain't shit that's going on out
keep
there,
a good
bro.
list of people around me because
Yeah.
I don't see this like this kind of lifestyle.
Well, you
the way
can't
that
be
y'all
blind
see
to the
it.
word.
Don't
I
worry
don't
about it.
But I don't.
It's a lot of trash. It's a
not
lot
like
of
just-
trash on both accounts.
I don't mean
going on,
people
like,
who. I'm not saying that everybody has to have a college degree and stuff, but there are people out here who don't have college degrees and stuff, but they're still, you know, like successful. Like they're not just.
There's people that were in Valdosta for 9 years and didn't go to school after the first 2, like just sleeping on niggas' couches and shit.
Nobody.
Like a whole bunch of ain't shit going on. Like niggas ain't got no self worth now.
I just
I
think
mean, and
that-
I'm not. Look, and if I'm offending somebody that I know,
Oh,
shit.
and some of them are some ain't shit niggas.
Exactly. And I'm sorry, but I'm just saying, like, at some point, that's what separates the cream of the crop of black people and everybody else. Like,
So
but it's not as many as you say. It's
Yeah,
like that's why, and that's why white people get so much shit because they're raised different, brought up different.
It's a whole
So
different
you don't think a lot of
infrastructure.
them ain't doing the same stuff we doing, just in
It's
the
a
white version
smaller.
of it?
It's a smaller
That is some-
percentage. It's a smaller percentage.
I would
though.
say that too because they're bred a
They
certain
living
way.
And it's-
on,
no,
they
it's-
living on
they-
their
they
friends'
were-
houses,
And
playing video
systematically,
games, smoking
it's
bums,
made for them
drinking
to be
beer,
more
And
successful.
you
hanging
right.
out at the bar, working as a little bartender or whatever it is, real basic stuff, just
And
like
you're-
what
and
we're
you're
doing.
right. You're right.
It's
It is
different,
like that,
though.
but it's
It's
so
different.
more.
Working
it's-
at the Waffle House, like
I
man,
know, just like it's amazing how you're putting on for white people, but you won't give the realness to say that it's a whole bunch of ain't shit white
no,
black
what
people out
y'all
here.
are saying that there's a majority.
It is.
And what I'm trying to say is
It's
that I
a
don't believe
large
it's a majority.
It's so good to find a group of black people that are trying to be successful, which is why I love hanging with y'all, like, because we're all trying to do something with our lives. But it's so draining. But it's a lot of people out there that you could meet that don't have anything going for themselves, like, and they don't have a want or desire to do it.
You just blessed, yo. You just been
Yeah,
surrounded.
because you have to realize
you
too, because you are surrounded by that positivity, you're surrounded by people that are driven and things of that nature. You can see, okay, this is a possibility out, or we can come up with this idea together, and we can all get out. But you have some people who have never a day in their life been exposed to that. They mama, they brother, they working as janitors, or they working at McDonald's, and that's literally all they've ever
So
seen.
that does not make the okay. So
it creates a cycle where it's like that kind of bleeds into the idea of
I
it's
feel
the
like we're
majority.
taking
I try
those
to-
people. Don't make
I try
somebody
to help,
non-successful
but-
because they are a janitor or something. That does not make them non-successful. They may not be getting the same amount of money, but when I think of when you say people who aren't doing stuff, so I'm thinking of the person who does not have a job at all,
And
the
that's-
moocher. I'm
that's
thinking of
what
the
I'm
person
saying,
who can't
like-
keep a job. Not somebody who has a job. It's just not what everybody wants. To
But
have.
these
But that's
these-
what I'm saying. Like, I ain't even gonna lie. Like, I hang out with a diverse group of people all the time. Like, it's different. If I want to be in my hood setting, I have hood friends that I can go to. Most of these hood nigga friends that I have don't have jobs, don't do shit, live. It's like 12 of these niggas in the same
and
house.
those are
Like,
the ones that
and that's
if
the
they
people that
have
I'm
a
talking
woman,
about.
it's like the woman is going to down them. Like, nigga, I am
Exactly.
making my $13, $14 janitor job or call center job, and you not, or if you are working at McDonald's,
and she should be
then you
trying
need
to do better. She should be trying to do better for herself
Yeah.
than a nigga that sleeps on the fucking box spring on the floor who wears boxers. Like, it's better out there for her too, but
Yeah.
she doesn't even know better because of how she was raised, and it's getting worse and worse. And us working, like, you can see the kids that are gonna grow up and be something, and you can see the ones that's gonna grow up and that's not gonna do shit because they don't try now.
Well, I'm not gonna keep no friend around me that I'm not
What-
gonna.
what-
Well, see, that's what I'm saying. Like,
That's
it's levels to this shit. It's levels of friendship.
You said they're not
Like,
being exposed, but if I'm your friend,
I'm trying
telling you
to.
that you-
I'm
you
trying to be
keep
a
pushing
like.
that.
I'm
That's
trying to be a
okay,
mentor to
because
certain
we
people, but
we
a
need
lot
to
of people in that
still
mentality, they just don't even
tell-
want to listen.
Still keep sharing it
Oh,
because
I'ma
I
try.
feel. I really am sitting here, and I know it is universal around the room that I am just so. But I'm really, because I do know people who may not be moving the way that they need to be moving. But I try not to, I guess, harbor on that. But I just feel like it's sad, and I feel like, okay, at this point, then let's keep them in the circle, to keep pushing them, to keep motivating them. Even if they don't take it, at least they can't say that they didn't have nobody there to show them
Right.
what was the good thing.
And that
to
was
do.
that was your decision.
Right. That.
It sucks.
Yeah,
I mean, it really does. Like,
And in your world, the people who don't
Don't
have
say in
together
my world.
are the minority, though, right?
Huh?
Like, for the people in your circle, the people that you know that don't have it together is like a small percentage.
Yeah.
Yeah, but in the
Yeah,
real
It
world,
is
it's
a
the
more
opposite.
majority though, because
Like, so,
even with
I went to
social media, you have people that will literally expose the little good parts of their lives and stuff like that. But these are literally everyday people that are, they may look glamorous on social media, but I have plenty of people that I then went to, like, especially like high school with, that they working at Walmart, they working at McDonald's. But you can't tell me they ain't taking some bomb ass pictures, and then when they do go out of town, because they living at home, I live at home too, but I'm paying bills, and it's like they out here you thinking that they living their best life, and it's like they really out here living regular ass jobs, and that's enough for them because they get to stun on the gram or stun on Facebook and get that little bit of attention or that recognition in that moment, and that's literally enough for them. They don't want to do shit else.
And let's be clear, we're not diminishing like certain jobs, because I mean, at this point in time in this world, any job is a job. But there is certain levels to this shit. Like, if you have, and it's hard, so you have to put in work. But like, if you have a degree and you're 30 years old, there's no reason why you should have to be working at Walmart because you have a degree. You, at least at some point in your life, you tried to be successful. Get that fight back. Go out there and do something better. Even try to do. Everybody can't be an entrepreneur. If that's what works, try that. But just try to do better, because life is too short to be making check to check. Like, and
that sounds like
shit,
a final thought.
that shit crazy.
That's real. That's real.
Just try to work for success, because it's way too many of us that's not being the full potential. Like, they envy us so much. They want what we have. If to see black people wasting so much talent, that's just devastating sometimes. So just try and push. Yeah, that's my final thoughts.
Sam just wrapped up the episode.
Y'all wrap it up.
No, and just to put it in a little bit of perspective, right? So we make up under 30% of the population or something like that, but we make up over 90% of the prison population.
The numbers is huge.
I said over and under. That's why I said it's
yeah, we ain't got a fact check right now.
60%
of the
It's still
prison
high.
population.
It's still high.
No, it's higher than
It was 60. I just seen that shit.
But fact check.
Cause they do, they do have a lot of Hispanic people that are in jail now, so that population is becoming higher.
But just to show you though that we make up more of the prison population than we do of our home population, like the population of the United States. And it's like, so when you look at it that way, you see that it's a lot of us who don't have it together. Like those families who have those men in prison, and like those are, you know what I'm saying, they're going through stuff, you know what I'm saying? So
ooh, child, sound like you trying to blame the system.
Yeah, I definitely blame the system for a lot. But
you want to
let him get his final thought out.
Okay, I'm sorry.
The system is built to keep us down. What are you saying?
But get out your circumstance. Like,
Because we can't push and preach what he just said, and then
that's what I'm saying. I can't agree with you on that, bro. Because we're both black men, right? I know for a fact that any second I could fuck up and get locked up.
Right.
But guess what I'm trying to do? Live my life by the book, so I don't even have to worry about shit like that.
That part. Okay, and that's the disconnect. That's the disconnect. Because that part is great. But so once you live your life and you don't fuck up, great for you. But what about all these people who have fucked up? The system is built to where once you have fucked up, you can't get out of that.